Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I was not planning on vlogging today, but my doctor just called and I was given my blood work results, and I was given the results of the thyroid levels, and I have a low TSH, which is what I had during my pregnancy with Theodore and is concurrent, is that the right word? Is in line with what my endocrinologist had said back when we had like our initial meeting back in like my first trimester of pregnancy with Theodore. He had said like that I had, I think it was Graves' disease. I have a goiter, I have an overactive thyroid, which is the cause of hypothyroidism, I'm pretty sure. I have all the symptoms, and they're not super severe right now, but in my life I've had them and I can definitely recognize them in myself. Let me put you down for a second, because you know it's coming. I'm feeling stressed. Surprise. Yeah, I'm freaking stressed about it now, because I don't know, part of me was like, maybe I won't, like maybe everything will be fine, but like of course my TSH was gonna be low, because like why? It's genetic for me. My dad is on a synthetic thyroid medication. My grandfather's sister had I think she had thyroid cancer, but I know that she had her thyroid removed, and so it's always something. I mean, I've said it on this channel, like for the past 10 years we've been monitoring my thyroid, so I'm not surprised. You know, it's just it's one more thing. It's one more thing that like, and you know, when like when you're trying to like figure out stuff with your kids, the last thing you kind of want to think about is yourself. But like now I know that like I'm probably gonna have to go see my endocrinologist in person, and we're gonna have to figure out what's going on, and I might have to be on medication. I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, there's that. Thank you guys so much for all your comments on my last video about Theodore's potential tongue tie. I really appreciate you guys sharing your stories, like both those of you whose child has had a tongue tie and you got it revised, and then those of you who didn't get it revised. I like really love hearing both sides, because it's nice to weigh the options. And I don't know yet. We obviously in the past like day have not taken Theodore to a pediatric dentist, but yeah, I don't know what we'll do. I don't know if he does have a tongue tie. I don't know what we'll choose, and it's so nice to hear both outcomes, like your experiences, and it's good to hear both, is what I'm trying to say. So thank you. Yeah, so it's actually 3:15 right now. 1 week from today, I'm just like spilling out all this information at you guys. 1 week from today, Hugo starts school. Can you believe it? He starts school. He's doing a hybrid. He's doing virtual and in person. And 1 week from today is the official first day for him, and it'll be a virtual day. So like, thank goodness. But if things are wild now, I can only imagine what our new schedule is gonna be like. Although I think it'll bring a little more, our days are really structured, but I think it'll bring a little more stimulation to Hugo. And although this next week is gonna be really hard for me, and like wrapping my head around sending him to school, I do think in the long run it'll be really good for him. I think he is bored at home, and yeah, so there's that. We'll see. Theodore just went down for a nap. I want to show you like it's super messy, just FYI, it's super messy, but I'm going to show you anyway, because that's my life. Took out the Boone lawn. I am so happy. So I have the hospital grade Medela pump. I am so happy that I had the Medela pump like accessories and parts and stuff from when I pumped with Hugo and like breastfed with Hugo, because now I have them. You know, I didn't have to worry about parts and tops and stuff like that. I just already have them. That's like my biggest advice. Like if you have one child and you're thinking about having others, just save it. Like just save all your stuff because you never know. This is a Medela cup too. Yeah, I'm enjoying the Medela pump. This is the 21 millimeter phalange. Is that what that's called? And I think it's a better fit on me than the 24, which is what I was using with the Spectra, but I think it's funny, like the Medela, I find like it leaks a little, like I leak milk out a little bit more. I'll change it, honey. The milk like leaks out. It's not like super suction around the edge, whereas I didn't find that with the Spectra, but I do prefer the Medela, like just the pump in general I prefer. I told you that we're currently using Similac formula. Oh, that reminds me. Not stressing myself out is the name of the game currently, but I am starting to get this like feeling that Theodore is not liking the Similac formula. He just doesn't take it as easily as he takes the breast milk. Things change like every 2 seconds with a newborn, so I'm like not even gonna go there right now. But that's just been like a small like little inkling I've had in the past few days, and I just wanted to like mention that. Here's the pump. It's a more comfortable pump and just like feels better on me, and isn't quite as painful. It's not painful as long as I don't, like, you know, don't ramp it up. My aunt was so funny. She came over yesterday and she was like, it's not a no pain, no gain thing. And so many of you guys keep like reminding me of like breastfeeding, pumping like should not be painful. It should not be painful. And it's not like you make it painful and it's gonna like work out better for you. It's not a thing. But like, again, like as a dancer and like, you know, someone who like pain was gain, like it's hard to wrap my head around that. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Yesterday, I have like so much information for you guys. I know these past few videos have been just like me talking to you guys on camera, and I hope you like that. Like a little less like vlogging of my day and a little bit more. There's just so much information and I think it's helpful to share, and I've just so appreciated. It's been very helpful for me to just talk to you guys, and then it's so incredibly helpful for me to then like hear your guys' experience. So I hope this is okay. This is like so not traditionally what I do, but whatever. So my aunt came over yesterday and she looked at my latch and was helping me, and I know that like according to the other lactation consultant and that doctor that I talked to, I'm not supposed to try breastfeeding for 7 to 10 days, but we tried breastfeeding, but we tried it without the nipple shield. And I feel like Theodore, when I showed the other lactation consultant virtually, I showed him nursing with the nipple shield, like Theodore was like he's not like a fan of the nipple shield. But yesterday my aunt, like we got him to latch on without the nipple shield, which was amazing. It only lasted for like 15 seconds. I'm just not producing enough milk for him essentially, and having him on my boob for 15 seconds is obviously like not going to be enough for him. But it just felt really nice to get him on, and was like felt good that I was able to get him on without the nipple shield. And then it was just good to hear from her that like, correct, you are not producing enough milk, but like you guys said, breastfeeding is not all or nothing. And that's so hard for me. I don't know why that's so hard for me to wrap my head around, that like breastfeeding is not all or nothing. You can breastfeed, you can pump and give your baby 2 ounces of breast milk a day if you want, and like that's great. And you could do 0 a day and that's fine. Or you could be feeding your baby 30 ounces of breast milk and 6 ounces of formula, and like that's fine. I don't know where I got it in my head that like breastfeeding was all or nothing, and that's just like that like really stuck. So it felt so good to hear her say that. It feels less like, I feel like less pressure now for the bulk of his diet to be breast milk. It feels more like, okay, like I'm going to pump when I can, where I can, and like I'll pump as much as I can, and I'm going to give that to Theodore while it's feasible, and like we're just gonna take it a day at a time. And I say all this, but like I actually have to, and so many of you guys like hold me accountable, which is great, but like I actually have to like do what I'm saying, because I'm very good at like giving advice and I'm very good at like talking the talk, but like, can I walk the walk? Can I actually not be stressed about these things? Can I actually like stop pumping every single hour and not feel like I'm not doing enough? Do you know what I mean? So anyway, also thank you guys for like giving me your for those of you who are exclusively pumping, your advice on that world and like what you guys do, because the middle of the nights are freaking brutal. I forgot that you can leave breast milk out in containers at room temperature for anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. And so like usually that'll sort of work with what times I'm pumping and with when he's getting up. So instead of having to freeze it and then like not having a bottle ready for like first thing in the morning, I can leave, like if I pump at 2, he's up at 6 or 5:30, then like I could just have this out in this little container with the top on and then pour it into a bottle when he wakes up. And like that's so much easier than having to defrost breast milk. And we have been doing, like, if I don't have any milk just out and ready, we'll do formula. So that's like, that was super helpful. Also, like, circling back to breastfeeding, I don't know why, and like again, like my aunt has told me this a million times, I don't know why it, like, I need to be told things a million times, otherwise for some reason it doesn't stick. But like breastfeeding, like the way you're supposed to get your boob into their mouth is like squeezing it like a sandwich. So like holding his head here, his body is laying like perpendicular to mine, and then like squeezing your boob like a sandwich with your thumb underneath their nose like a mustache. That, like, the sandwich part was hard for me to understand because apparently like I just shove sandwiches in my mouth, I don't actually like eat them. Yes, mommy will fix it, 1 second. But yeah, she said like put your thumb, like it should be like that, right? Like your thumb is like a mustache on them, and then like sort of point your nipple up to their nose and then like feed it into their mouth like that. And that was really helpful. And even though like right now I'm not breastfeeding in the traditional sense, I wanted to share that information with you guys in case some of you are, or you're having a baby, or like, I don't know, maybe you're like me and like information needs to be told to you multiple times. So yeah, that's another update. Just feel like I'm always getting so much information. I have to wash this bottle. I'm always getting so much information, and it really does help for my brain to talk it out with you all, and then to like hear your experiences so that I like have a better understanding of things, and then like moving forward, I don't know, can make more educated and informed decisions is the goal, I suppose. So anyway, it's almost 3:30 now. I have a sink full of dishes that I need to wash, and I need to wash these bottles. We've been using the Komotomo bottles. They're not like, I don't think they're the best if you are, the lactation consultant online had recommended the Even Flow, I think they're called, Even Flow bottles, which are good if you're doing like a breast to bottle back and forth sort of thing, because the shape of the top is a little bit, is more so like the boob than like something like this. But he enjoys this bottle, and he doesn't seem to be getting gassy from it at all, and it's so freaking easy to clean. It's literally just these 2 pieces. Like if you have a gassy baby, this might not be the bottle for you, but it's so straightforward and so easy that like this is just the one, and this is the one that we use primarily with Hugo. We do have the Dr. Brown's bottles too. I think those are better for gas, but those are like a million pieces, and if Theodore doesn't need those, then this is fine. So anyway, my dears, that's the current update. My doctors, like I spoke to the doctor's nurse, and she said she was going to send that information to me, and then she was also going to send the information along to my endocrinologist. So either I'll hear from him soon, or in a few days I'll reach out to the office and just make sure that they got the numbers, and we'll kind of go from there. So, I mean, it's better to know, because if you have low TSH, it can cause a lot of issues, and it can cause like heart problems. So it's obviously better to know, but it's like one more thing, you know, like one more thing to have to think about and to figure out. But I mean, the doctor had recommended that I go like see my endocrinologist in person soon anyway, because I have a very nodular thyroid, which means I have a lot of like, I think they're cysts, a lot of little cysts. I guess that you call them nodes, nodular thyroid nodes, all over my thyroid, all over. And those need to be monitored, and I have a goiter too, so you know, just like all the things happening here, all the things. Okay, there's my update. Hopefully maybe next video will be more like vloggy and more like throughout my day. I don't know if that's what you prefer. But a little less like me just chatting at you. But again, thank you so much for all of your help and support, and just like, it's been amazing these past few days. It's been truly amazing. Okay, thank you, I love you, I'll see you guys really soon.